One of the questions that I hear loads of times, and maybe it's a question that you've had as well, is can I go back to normal now that I've got IBS? Maybe I never had it before when I was younger. I've got these gut symptoms. I've had a diagnosis, it's IBS. Am I ever going to be able to go back to normal? And that's a great question. And even if you're not thinking that, and it's something that you've been pondering over, maybe you've listened to that question now and you're thinking, yeah, actually, can I go back to normal? Well, the reality is a lot more hopeful than most men realise, and that's something that we're going to dive into. For those that are new to this channel and you don't know who I am, my name's Glenn. I battled with IBS for more than 10 years silently while I was trying to go up through the ranks. I managed to get there in the military. I then use a structured and scientific based approach from my wife and now business partner as well, Charlie Jean, and I have what we help men get, what's known as IBS mastery, where you've got symptom-free most of the time and you can get on with the life doing the things that you want to do with the people that you want to do them with. Okay, let's unpack this question properly. Let's dive in. Can I go back to normal? Can I go back to normal? It depends what normal was for you. Everybody's different. What was normal? I believe in terms of you can go beyond normal. What was normal? In terms of not having symptoms, the answer is no. You can never be cured from IBS. So in that respect, the answer is no. Again, being totally open with you, the answer is no. You can't cure IBS if that's what you mean. If you don't mean that, just to clear that bit up, but if you just mean going back to normal and I guess managing your symptoms and feeling okay and having symptom control and being able to get on with your life, your career, your fathering, marriage, whatever that looks like, then the answer is absolutely for most people, for most men, but there's a lot of variables. Like, are you willing to put the work in? Are you committed to getting that outcome of becoming quote unquote normal? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Most men aren't with anything, let alone IBS management. Whether it's wealth, getting fit, strong, having an amazing marriage. It's sad. A lot of guys out there are not willing to do what it takes to get the best outcome. And none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have blips in life. I do. You do. If you're watching this, we all do. We've all got stories of ups and downs. But in terms of going back to mastering, I use the word mastery because that's the biggest and best outcome that I foresee from me and clients, etc. Is IBS mastery. And what we mean by that is you are in control. That's in a nutshell. You are in control of your symptoms most of the time. And I say most of the time because you can't control the uncontrollables. Do you know what I mean? So something might happen outside of your control that causes symptoms. We've mentioned a few things before. But again, with good habits in place and management in place and systems, you'll be able to get over that road hump quickly and move on and getting back to control. So that's helpful. You can go beyond normal. I look back in my life and I think, and this is going to sound weird to some people, and in some cases, and I mean no disrespect for any men watching this that are really struggling and suffering and in a dark hole like I was once. I mean no disrespect, but I believe for me personally, I'm not speaking for anyone else. Having and contracting irritable bowel syndrome in Iraq in 2003 and beyond it was a gift. It was the best thing that could have happened. One of many best. I've had loads of good things happen to me. I'm not saying the best thing. The best thing that's happened to me is my little girl who's at school at the minute. She's 9, and the person that sat in that office editing a video. So there's other, my other kids and stuff. So there's other things that were better than IBS. But do you know what I mean? It's been a gift. At the time, I never realised for years, over a decade, until probably 5-6 years ago, I would have never known that IBS was going to be a gift from God. And I believe now it was destined to have that, or I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, helping you, doing these videos, creating these podcasts, writing a book, I've wrote a book already, IBS Inversion, for those that have purchased that on Amazon, to help people get unstuck that feel that they can't, there's no way out. And there's other stuff that I've done. I mean, if it hadn't been for this, I wouldn't have written that. I wouldn't have written it, would I? Wouldn't have done it. And that's helped loads of people, you know, looking at the reviews and stuff. I'm blessed that has helped loads of people get unstuck. It's just as an example. I'm not saying that to sell it or anything. It's just as an example. So you can go beyond normal, but it's focusing on getting it sorted out, getting it managed. And also it allows me, again, going off my own example, to focus on healthy eating. Because of IBS, I've been more focused on what I eat, what I put in my mouth. Now, it also, to add to that, I mean, I guess for me uniquely, like a lot of guys watching this, I love fitness, love it. I've been eating and breathing fitness since I can remember. I think since I was crawling. Well, that's fitness, isn't it? Crawling on the floor as a baby. So since then, I've been, you know, I don't do as much of it as I used to do, or as hard as I used to do, due to injuries from the army and issues that I've had along the way. But I still have that can-do attitude. But in terms of running, CrossFit, high rocks, style training, bodybuilding, swimming, cycling, love it, walking, love it. Dog walking, you know, going out adventuring, it's all good. It's all good. But having IBS mastery allows me to do all of that stuff. Not only just a little bit, but beyond. Do you know what I mean? So that's, hopefully that helps. So don't think of just going back to normal, thinking of going beyond normal, getting it sorted out and going beyond and having a better life than what you had before. Hopefully that helps. Guys, if that's everything, if you've got any questions, I'll put a thing in the description straight after this. I'll write a quick email address that you can put in. It's Glenn, G-L-E, double N. It's Glenn with 2 N's, not 1 N, at mensibsmastery.com. Great questions. Love them. Keep coming in. Love that we're building, that we're coming together as a community of men with IBS. And I'm really, really proud of every one of you. I don't say that to be cheesy, for reaching out. I'm proud of you. You've got the courage, and it is courage. And I'm speaking to you as a former RSM in the British Army who reached the highest rank. I'm speaking to you as an athlete, as an elite performer, and as an entrepreneur. I'm speaking to you as a high-performing guy with resilience, that you're doing the right thing. Speaking out is one of the single strongest things you can do, is getting help, whether it's from expert coaching, mentoring, consultations, whether it's in your health, your family, your business, your kids, all aspects is reaching out and getting help. Watching this, gaining all the wisdom, reading the books, listening to the podcasts, and more importantly, putting things into practice to see what works. And even if it doesn't work, at least you found something that hasn't worked and you can move on to the next thing to see if it does work. Remember in life, and it's a quote, I love it. I think I heard it on the film with Will Smith, the tennis film, with Serena Williams in there and her sister, is that you can only succeed in life. You can't fail. You cannot fail unless you quit. You either succeed or you learn. Love it. I think it was from there, and I've heard it quoted in books as well. So there is no failing with IBS. It's a long journey for some people. It took me more than 10 years. It might take you more longer or shorter, hopefully shorter. It's a long journey, but you cannot fail unless you sack it and just think, bugger it, I'm just going to quit and get on with it and let the IBS dominate my life and just let it suck and just start like a dark cloud and just ruin everything, because it does. It flipping does. And just remember, you might have tried what feels like everything. You might have tried what feels like 1,000 million gazillion things. And I've mentioned shed loads in there. You might have tried stuff, but you've found things that haven't worked. You have yet to find the thing that works. Follow us for more and take care. I wish you nothing but the best. God bless. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of a understanding now on what is possible when you've been diagnosed with IBS and your whole world seems to be falling apart because symptoms are all over the place and you feel like you're going to have to live with that dark cloud looming over your head forever. It does feel like that. I've been in that hole myself with symptoms, with issues, because it isn't just the symptoms, is it? You know that. You know exactly where I'm coming from. It's everything else that it affects. It's your lifestyle. It's your energy. It's your performance in the bedroom, in the boardroom, in business, at work. It's your career. It's your relationship with your kids. It affects everything. It really does. So hopefully that's landed. If it has, and it made sense, leave a comment. Just click something as simple as normal in the comments so I know that it's landed and these videos are helping you. If you've got any more questions, as I mentioned in that video towards the end, send me an email. Just type me an email. If you want, Glenn, GLENN, at mensibsmastery.com, and just ask us a question. Give us your name, ask maybe even a bit about yourself, give us a question. It'll always be in confidence. I won't share your details with anybody else. That's it for now. Be sure, if you haven't seen the other videos that I've created for the questions, that you check out some of my other content, and they may help you as well. Some great questions coming in. Keep them coming in, and let's work together to get the outcome that you deserve. Take care.